The goal of the Singapore Red Cross is to build a resilient Singapore community. We need to take care of the seniors among us, to reach out, to visit, to befriend our elderly, to provide them a source of comfort and encouragement, to make sure that they get to their medical appointments, their therapy sessions. Our volunteers accompany the seniors or elderly to their medical appointment, to provide what we call medical chaperone services. The Home Plus program is very important because we monitor our beneficiaries on a 24-hour basis in a non-invasive manner through motion monitoring and are able to recognize when something unusual has happened. That's when our volunteers intervene, visit, find out what's happening and make sure that they have access to medical or ambulance service if they so need. We run the Singapore Red Cross Home for the Disabled, focusing on the most critically disabled, both physically and mentally. We want to ensure that the lives of our beneficiaries is maximized. We continue to provide them with therapy. We introduce innovative programs and activities to ensure that they are engaged. We want to help mold the minds of these young people. Even in an affluent society like Singapore, we have people who have fallen between the cracks. Single parents who are struggling to bring up their children. The working poor, children or young people from disadvantaged backgrounds, from vulnerable families. We had the Young Hearts at Nee Soon program. On a regular basis, we meet up with these children in the void deck. We do reading programs for them. We provide them with tuition. The mission of the Singapore Red Cross is to serve the most vulnerable in Singapore. Our Family Life Aid, which provides provision for vulnerable families, to come alongside these individuals and families who do not even have sufficient access to their daily necessities. We also provide community health on wheels, reaching out to these families with the auxiliary medical services like counseling, therapy. And more we are made aware of the gaps that exist in taking care of the migrant worker community in Singapore. Over crisis situation like a pandemic, we have reached out in a big way to the migrant worker community, extending these provisional care packages to these migrant workers. We want to continue to reach out to provide these services for the most vulnerable among us. But we can only do so if you come on board to support us. You can do so by volunteering. We need volunteer therapists. We need volunteer nurses. We need tuition teachers, help mold the minds of young people who are now vulnerable. We need people to just come alongside and provide support and encouragement. We also need financial resources because often many of these services are sustainable only if we have sufficient funds. Together we can make Singapore a much happier, friendlier, kinder environment and of course build a resilient Singapore.